before we begin this very important meditation, contemplation, thought experiment, before we begin this musing, before we begin boiling down this story to its moral, before we begin boiling down the moral of the story, well, we start with the story and we boil it down, we reduce it to its key elements. Key, K-E-Y, key, C-H-I, key, Q-U-I. Key, K-Y? Key, Kai, Cairo. Anyway, I have a very simple message for today. But first, it's today, this day. It's important to make this prayer that through the lens, through the lines of script, through the photonic lines of light, that the I Am is in its many manifestations, in its many makings. This image is a small prayer to Mother Mary and Saint Father Bishop Thomas. Thomas, who went to the east from whence the Magi came. Alright. Anyway, if you didn't get that, don't worry. I'm just about to get to something you're going to get to. Black and white and red all over. It's one of those famous riddles. Now, we don't take riddles seriously. And riddles is where the logos meets the mythos. Riddles is where, in the historical narrative, which is a truncated, shrunken, shriveled, decrepit form of a narrative, and the only fucking one we have, and thank God for that. In this shrunken, decrepit form of a narrative of what we call the West, which is really the funny enough, the Eastern Mediterranean, which is called Northeastern Africa, Western Asia, and Eastern Europe. Depends where you are. Anyway, prayer for Mary and Thomas. This riddle. Black and white and red. What's black and white and red all over? You know, most people my age, I was born in 77. (1977). So most people my age would have heard that nearly universal English colloquialism, what's black and white and red all over? A newspaper! And especially from back in the day, when newspapers were only black and white, that would have made sense because it was the black and white and red all over. As it so happens, the first Bible I ever owned was a red letter Bible. So what's black and white? Well, this used to be white 30 years ago, about. Still a little bit black and white on the inside. So what's black and white and red all over? As it so happens, this is a red letter Bible, so it meets that, where supposedly every quote, specific quote of Jesus is outlined in red, which in one sense is a marrying. Like this Bible, as it has been printed, is a marrying of King James and Thomas Jefferson, two nefarious characters of history who, these days, King James ain't looked so sweet upon. And these days, Thomas Jefferson ain't looked so sweet upon. But let me tell you, world, without those two men, the war of principalities in the heavenly realm would already have been lost. Let me assure you. But anyway, what's black and white and red all over it? And I guess what I'm getting to is these days, because it's about slavery and it's a big deal. So like we in the US, so like what do we white folk, like I'm an old white dude, I don't got insurance, I live paycheck to pay, like I'm so glad for what I have. Because what I'm afforded exceeds my ability to maximize it. Like I'm failing. I'm failing. Dude, I make these videos because of the hope that I might succeed. Like, I feel like if I succeed, then these diaries, these memoirs, will speak to the idea that, like, I'm fucking trying to get to this place where I can help for real. And if I get there, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm riding the roller coaster of my video diary. And it's producing results. I've learned things I never could have even imagined. Yet at the same time, I struggle with my bowels and sciatica, you know. I never imagined I'd struggle with my bowels and sciatica. And I'd never imagined I'd meet archangels. I'm not asking you to believe me, but what I am asking you to do is consider for yourself, just a moment, as a philosophical toy. As a toy philosophical object. What if you knew archangels and sciatica? What if you have irritable bowel syndrome and have communed with a saint or two? And where there's two, there's three. And where there's three, there's 300. Sorry for being proud. What's black and white and red all over? Now these days, race is still a big deal in America. Race is a big deal in America because the bad folk trying to make everything about race when it is about people. What? I'm not trying to art. I already know I sound like a certain thing that I hate. I already know, but what I'm trying to say is, what color are you? What color is a cow? We eat meat. White man, patriarchy. Throw a white man into a blender. Throw a white man whole into a meat grinder. What color is that man? Rusty red. You throw a cow, no matter its hide, no matter its hair. Brown and white, brown, black and white. White and black. White with black spots, black with white spots. You throw a he-goat, a she-goat, a buckling, a doeling. A doeling. A baby female goat. And let me tell you, as the lamb came. Alright. I'm going to climb off my soapbox. What color are we? What's black and white and red all over? No. What's black or white? Red! All over. What's black? People are going to hate on me for this, but there's no other way for me to do this demonstration because I don't have any fucking friends. But I'm gonna fucking tell the truth anyway. It's not the world's fault. It's not your fault. It's not God's fault. And it's not everyone living with me, around me, and the way that I live my life today. It's not any of that's fault. It's either mine or it's not any of our faults. Because maybe it's just the way it's meant to be. So that I might humble myself and humiliate myself to say this imperfectly as best as I can. What's black and white and red all over? Michael Jackson. Every bad thing about that dude was fucking lie. But if you hate on him, I don't mind you for doing it because you're hating on him for the story you were told. And there's a lot of stories, and there's a lot of weird stories, but there's also a lot of weird truths, and a lot of weird beauties, and a lot of weird loves. Good Samaritans come in the absolutely strangest forms. Good Samaritans come in the absolutely strangest forms. What color are we? I keep saying red. Hold on for just 1 second. Of course, tonight I'm wearing my true blues, my Mary blues. The water from the water. The waters, the dark blue, the light blue, separating the water from the waters. Black and white, and red all over. Black and white and red all over. Race. Racist. Okay. Yeah. What color are you? You're gonna hate on me for this. I didn't do blackface. Give me, can you give me a little street cred for that? I'm talking to the Wiggers, not the other. Can you give me a little straight flit? Wait till the end and then watch this part again, right? Can you give me a little street cred? I didn't do the blackface, right? But I did something just as fucking bad. I did something just as fucking bad. I just did something just as bad as blackface. But yet, is it not awesome? I don't have friends, man. I go to work. I'm friendly with people at work. I mean, they're my friends, my family, this, that, whatever, but I ain't got no black hands to shine light through. So let me get to what I'm getting to. Race. Black, white, yellow, red, whatever. Okay, ain't got no yellow. We'll get some yellow. What's black, white, and red all over? Well, I didn't mention yellow. I mean, the riddle doesn't mention yellow, but that doesn't negate it. It doesn't say... This is the thing about riddles. When a riddle says what's black and white and red all over, it doesn't say, and not yellow. So my first response, in this response, just as a play philosophical toy. Now, we're willing to consider Schrodinger's cat, who even Schrodinger didn't consider. So anyone who talks about Schrodinger's cat as a real thing is inherently an anti-Schrodingerian. If you believe in Schrodinger, you can't believe in Schrodinger's cat. So if you're talking about Schrodinger's cat affirmatively, positively, besides as a play toy object, as a sculpture of contemplation to walk around, it's philosophical suicide. Yet, what's academia and the intelligentsia? I mean, overrun with this Schrodingerian Cattianism as a play toy in postgraduate global thought. Yet it's already a dead issue. In one, I gotta keep playing with the metaphor. In one sense, dead to the flesh. In one sense, dead in spirit. And in another sense, dead in the sense of never having been born. Not pre-logos. Not illogos. There's no word for how much that is simply not. Anyway, what's black and white and red all over? What's newspaper? Well, certainly at the very least, the King James, Queen Anne. The King James, Queen Anne's Lace Bible, black and white, black, white, and red all over, Well, here or there. Shit. Anyway, the only thing I'm trying to get you, but I didn't want to leave out the yellow people. Now, black is a way of talking about brown, but typically throughout the last, let's say 15,000 years, roughly. Within the last 15,000 years, that's been what one could say is the most popular way of thinking about people is black, white, red, yellow. But it really shifts in if you have a color wheel. So you could say, it just depends on the way those 4 points touch that outer circle. But the white and the yellow, they're not that different. Caution. Bumblebees. What color are we? Are you black? Are you brown? Are you white? Are you pink? Are you peach? Are you creme orange? Are you blue black? Are you rusty red black? Are you pale white? Are you smoky white? Are you jaundicey? If you eat a lot of turmeric, you might look jaundicey and be the absolute opposite of it. Isn't that funny how things that look alike are different? And isn't it funny the way in which things that are different look alike? This is what I'm trying to get to. What's black and white and red all over? On skin. What's black and white and red and yellow? What's blue blood? What's red blood? What's brown? What's tan? What's gray? What's dusty? What's old? What's young? I don't care if you're 2. I don't care if you're 20. I don't care if you come from Nicaragua or Timbuktu. I don't care if you come from the south or the north of the Americas or of the hemispheric Earth. I don't care if you come from Austria or Australia. I don't care if you come from Madagascar or from down the road where I got mad because I got out of gas in my car. Sorry. What color are we? What race are we? White, yellow. We are a deep, burning red, yellow, white, magenta. And not just if you're white and yellow, but if you're brown and black. What color are we? What color are we? I know this looks bad. I know this looks like a way in a certain kind of way of saying shit. I recognize that. But I don't have any fucking friends, man. I don't have any way of explaining this except for doing it in this crude, pathetic shit way. I'm hoping you'll forgive me for that, for the truth in it. What color are we? I'm sure the fuck not white. Even with the brightest light on my face, I'm not white. You are not black. You're not yellow, you're not red, you're not... Never mind the spots and the hairs. What way we fill out this surface. But collectively as a person, yes, I have this certain pale and warm quality to my coloring, yes. On the surface. One way of considering how we are cut through is the simplest way. A $5 flashlight and 5 fingers. What color are we? White and yellow. We are flaming magenta red. What color are we? Brown, black, red. A flaming magenta. Please accept my forgiveness for the clumsiness of my artifice. Please forgive the social taboos I have so disrespectfully trampled upon. Please, 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 please fucking do! I don't know how else to talk about things. Sorry even for that outburst. Until we can all speak from the depth of our heart, there's no hope for the true color that we are. Life. Life. Life is in the blood. I'm sorry for being so theatric. Life is in the blood. The light of the heavens. All archetypal forms. Collapse. To where we are. We human beings are the most powerful force in the universe. We can do what moons, suns, and black holes can't do. We defy mechanism. We are able to identify the pull of the future. What color are we? What color are we? What color are we?